Okay, one of the most interesting games for us to talk about here today with the Chargers and the Giants. The Chargers losing to the New York Giants in this game 21-18. We got to start with Dart. I want to start with Hampton so badly, but we got to start with Jaxson Dart. He was really, really good. 165 total yards, 2 total touchdowns. His athleticism was the thing that really just struck me the most. He was super athletic, scrambling everywhere. And I know you sometimes see that with young quarterbacks, and it's not a great thing if they're constantly like just resorting to tuck and run. And there was a lot of that this game for him, but he was effective with it. If you want to tuck and run and get a ton of yards, it's worth it. The problem is when you're tucking and running 20 times a game and you're only getting like 5 or 6 yards a carry. That's when it's a problem. That wasn't the case here with him. He did it when he had to. He was super efficient. And my main thing is it just really, really, really sucks for him that he lost Malik Nabers.
Yeah, I'd still think that's probably the biggest storyline of this game.
100%, unfortunately,
Nabers.
yeah.
And it happens at MetLife Stadium. I should have said this in the injuries part, but ACL and Achilles tears suffered on MetLife Stadium's turf since 2020. You got Nick Bosa, Solomon Thomas, Jabril Peppers, Wan'Dale Robinson, Sterling Shepard, Kyle Fuller, Aaron Rodgers, and now Malik Nabers. So
bad. And that's just the notable ones.
Yeah. Not great, and you invest a lot of money into these guys, and you're giving them maybe not a surface that's going to injure them more.
Yes.
So,
and we'll save Hampton for last because the Giants defense has to be the next thing we talk about here.
Yeah, the Giants. Well, before that, that offense. Jaxson Dart was very good, like you said. I would have liked a little more in the passing game, but he was great on the ground. And someone else who was great on the ground was Cam Scadaboo, getting another 79 yards on the ground. Love the guy. No one uses their head, I feel like, more than Cam Scadaboo.
Nope.
And not in a smart way, just literally using his head.
Yeah.
Love to see. They're saying he's going to be like, he's going to have CTE by week. He already has CTE.
Yeah.
Shouldn't even say
so
that.
So you might as well let him keep going.
What's going to be going on through his brain by like week 10, week 11? God. He's going to be seeing things that aren't
He's an
real.
animal, though. He's an animal. I really, really like him.
I do, too. And wish they could have had that trio for longer, but I guess we'll have to wait till next year.
Yeah, and the Giants defense, though, I mean, they showed today what they can be at their full potential. We know they got the guys. They just haven't fully put it together. Today, they were fantastic. They pressured Justin Herbert on 47.7% of dropbacks today. Herbert averaged a 2.63 second time to throw, and that is just absurd. Abdul Carter, 8 pressures. Brian Burns, 6 pressures. Kayvon Thibodeau, 6 pressures. That's the big three. They go and get you 20 pressures. It's going to be really, really tough to beat a team like that. The only player that really did anything on offense for the Chargers, Omarion Hampton, completely dominated, 27 fantasy points, 12 carries, 128 yards, 1 touchdown, and 5 catches for 37 yards. All 5 of his targets. Dude was a stud, and what looked to be, at first, maybe a little bit of a busty draft class for the running backs here. All of a sudden, Gentry, Hampton, Scadaboo, Judkins, Henderson, if they give him more opportunities. Got some backs in this class.
I mean, I've always thought that. I mean, they have had bad starts, but got to go back and think about like Derrick Henry. He was behind, what's his name?
Chris Johnson?
No, Deion, the dude from the Patriots.
Deion White?
It was Deion White or something.
Or no, James. I'm getting him confused with James White. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he was behind him his rookie season as a running back, and he's turned out to be a top 10 running back all time. So
yeah, it worked out.
Running backs, they don't always start right away and just dominate the league. We don't always see that. Guys like Saquon are different. Ezekiel Elliott started out incredible, but they take their time, and Omarion Hampton showed in this game that he can be a dominant back, as well as I think it's safe to say for this Chargers offense that there's a number 1 receiver. It's not Ladd McConkey.
It is not.
And it's not Keenan Allen.
It is not.
It's Quentin Johnston. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
8 catches, 98 yards, and a touchdown for Quentin Johnston.
He was the laughing stock.
Literally
the laughing stock. And now he's all of a sudden better than Ladd McConkey.
The butt of so many memes.
So many.
The fact that he's gotten through it is impressive.
It would be like if Kadarius Toney somehow figured it out and got good. Like, yeah, wow. I'm happy for him. I like Quentin
I'm trying
Johnston.
to think of who else was all drafted in that spot. That was the 2022 draft?
Yeah, pull it up here. But regardless, the fact that you have to say that they have a guy and you have to say that it's not Ladd and it's not Keenan Allen tells us that this Chargers offense is loaded. And if they can get Alt healthy, their offensive line is really good with Alton Slater at the tackles. Herbert is obviously one of the best in the league. We've seen him be good through the first 3 weeks. And then you add in Ladd, Keenan, Quentin Johnston. They had Najee, but they have Omarion Hampton, who's now been able to be like a pseudo Eckler for them. That's really what he is. He's a hard runner. He breaks tackles and he catches passes. He's a pseudo Eckler for them. And yeah, this Chargers offense is just loaded.
It must be the 2023 draft.
It was 2023 because they lost to Georgia in January of 2023.
Yeah.
Chat.
So
how long does it take him to pull up?
Well, I said 2022. And you said 2022.
No, I didn't. I didn't confirm it. I just said yeah, I guess.
Okay. Well, I can't find it. I'm lost.
All right. How about this? We'll go over their matchups here, and then you will kick us off with Eagles Buccaneers, and I'll find it.
I got it.
There's
JSN, Quentin Johnston, Zay Flowers, Jordan Addison. How do you rank those 4 receivers?
Name them again.
JSN.
Yeah.
Number 1, no matter what. Quentin Johnston, Zay Flowers, Jordan Addison.
Addison's definitely last, and JSN's definitely 1. The middle 2 is tough.
Yeah, I think I agree, and I think I put Zay at 2.
I think I put Zay at 2 as well.
Those
So
were
order
4
were they
picks in a
drafted
row. They were drafted in JSN, Quentin Johnston, Zay Flowers, Jordan Addison. There might be an argument that that's the correct order. So
yeah, I don't hate that at all. The Chargers next week, we already said they play the Commanders. I picked the Chargers. I think you did as well.
Yes.
And then Giants and Saints. I'm going the Giants.
Yeah, I'm going Giants. I think they just got more momentum going, but Spencer Rattler is due.
Yep.
Has to be.
All right, kick us off, Eagles Bucs. I believe this is the last game of the slate. Oh no, there's 2 more.
Yeah, this was a game where I wrote at halftime that the Buccaneers might be punching out of their weight class, but they fought. They fought hard in the second half. They came back. I think they were down. They were down big going into halftime. I don't have the halftime score. It was
like 31-13 at one point.
24-6
At half?
Yes, 24-6 at half. And
Yep.
I thought it was kind of just over, but Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers, they just kept fighting, scrapping away, and a couple big plays got them back into the game. And a Emeka Egbuka touchdown, 75 yards, I believe.
Yep.
Was huge. Baker fitted in a window that wasn't even there. Somehow that was beautiful. And then the next drive or two drives later, Bucky Irving gets a big 72-yard touchdown on another play where Baker just moves around the pocket very well and found him. And those were 2 massive plays. They kept fighting the offensive line. Wasn't great. This Eagles defense is good, but I think the Buccaneers, if they have a good first half, they would have easily been in this game and could have won. They had a chance late, but it's going to be hard to beat this Eagles team. But the Buccaneers, I think they can do it, but they got to play good for 4 quarters, not just 2.
Yeah, I'm not going to give them that much credit this game, actually, and I'm obviously, as you know, a Bucs supporter. I'm not going to give them that much credit. They sucked today. This was an Eagles ass whooping for most of the game. They had that big Bucky touchdown at the end and the big Emeka touchdown at the end. And outside of that, their offense was pretty bad. Mecca had that big catch, like you said, but when he was guarded by Quentin Mitchell, he was absolutely locked up. Six targets for him, 2 catches, 6 yards when being guarded by Quentin Mitchell. Eagles defense had a 40% pressure rate on Baker in this game. That's their best rate as a team since 2024. Even with Wirfs back, this offensive line was just not good for Tampa. One thing I will say that was good for Tampa, though, is Diaby had 11 pressures. That's something that Tampa really needed, was somebody like that in their pass rush. And they also did shut down A.J. Brown, who was really bad again, 2 catches, 7 yards. I thought he was going to be a lot better today.
Yeah, and Tampa's missing Mike Evans for a while still. So
yeah, they got Godwin back today.
They did get Godwin back. I don't know if Godwin's going to be that big of a factor this year coming off of the injury, but getting Mike Evans back will be huge. Jalen Hurts only finishes with 130 passing yards and 2 touchdowns, no picks. Not great for him, like you said. A.J. Brown shut down again, and he did send out a random tweet where people don't really he just posts like a picture of like a Bible verse or something. And
A.J. Brown?
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
He tends to do that, though, every once in a while.
Yeah. He just needs to read some books.
Although he, like, recently has been talking about just all he cares about is winning, blah, blah, blah. But then he does that. The quote is, or it might just be a book, if you're not welcomed, not listened to, quietly withdraw. Don't make a scene. Shrug your shoulders and be on your way.
I don't love that.
I don't know how to view that.
Next week, though, we got Eagles at home.
I do have one more thing to say, and that's if the Buccaneers do have a positive for this game, they, for the most part, shut down Saquon Barkley and the entire Eagles running game.
They did. Yeah, they did.
Held the Eagles to under 100 rushing yards. I guess Braden Mann's minus 34 rushing yards counts against that, though. So Interesting.
Okay. Eagles Broncos here next week in Philly. I got Philly to keep going.
I got Philly to keep going as well. We
Wait.
didn't mention one thing, though. One more thing.
Yeah, good.
Record was broken in this game.
Which one?
Do you know?
I do not.
65-yard field goal by Chase McLaughlin. The longest ever outdoor field goal.
Oh, because obviously.
Brandon Aubrey's 66 was indoors.
Yes.
So the longest ever outdoor field goal, Chase McLaughlin. Interesting. Good for him.
Yes, good for him. Buccaneers go into Seattle. We talked about that game. I'm taking Seattle.
I'm taking the Buccaneers.
All right. Titans, Texans. Is this me or you?
It's up to you. I mean, I'll do it. It wasn't much of a game here.
You might have more to say than me. I don't have much on this.
My big takeaway from this game was both teams looked terrible in the first half. Not good at all. Texans obviously pull
What was the final
away,
score?
26-0.
Yeah, that's right. I just wanted to hear you say that one out loud.
They finished well. The big takeaway for me is both offensive line sucks, but Woody Marks in Houston, that was a big game, maybe a breakout game. Another rookie running back. You can add him to the Omarion Hampton. He was a later round pick, but really was viewed as mainly just a receiving threat going for this team. But he ran the ball very well. 17 carries, was by far the lead back. 69 yards, a touchdown, and in the receiving game, 4 catches, 50 yards, and a touchdown. So a big game for Woody Marks. Nico Collins as well as a solid game, so nice to see that from him. CJ Stroud, better, still not great, and it's really the offensive line is part of that issue. He had a play in this game where he was dropping back to do a play action and didn't even reach. I think it was Woody Marks in the backfield. Didn't even get close to faking the play action. He was already sacked by Jeffrey Simmons. So
yeah, that's bad.
It was like less than 2 seconds, less than a second maybe.
Offensive line is horrible. Cam Ward was not great, to say the least, in this game.
No,
but my God, do the Titans receivers drop so many passes? There's so many. There was one of his picks was because of a drop. It was a drop into a pick, and I feel bad for Cam Ward. This team sucks. The Texans, they got to 26. They struggled to get there, but they made it there. It was 6-0 at halftime, right?
Yeah, something like that.
I was considering betting the over for this game. Thank God I didn't.
Yeah.
Thank God. It was low too. It was 38, but I was like, thank God I did not. This was basically just exactly what it was. It's a rookie quarterback against the league's best defense.
Yep, and I mean, if you ask Cam Ward how he played in this game, his quote was ass. So
he said that?
Yeah, he agrees with you.
Good.
He said, if we keep it a buck right now, we ass as well. So not only he's ass, we ass.
Yeah. Good for him to say.
Wait,
no,
I like
he was ass too?
Yeah, they asked him how he played, he said ass.
Okay.
And they asked him how the team played, he said, or how the team's outlook for the future is. He's like, we dropped a quarter of our games, we ass.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. Offensive line's not good. Yeah, they don't really have much going for them. Coaching is terrible. Kicking is terrible. Joey Sly had a chance to at least put up 3 points.
Yeah.
He missed 2 kicks in this game, so.
Titans go into Arizona next week. We both said that
Arizona
should be a layup for them. And then the Texans go into Baltimore, a team that's really struggling on defense versus a team that's really struggling on offense. That should be interesting.
That should be interesting. I don't really know which way to go. I'm gonna go with Baltimore though, but I mean,
we don't know about Lamar.
We don't know. Yeah,
I'm gonna say the Ravens too, just because they're at home. All right, you can take us here. Colts Rams.
Oh, Colts Rams. Okay.
Rams 27.
Yeah, Rams 27, Colts 20. In my opinion, the score should be 31-27 Colts, but that's just me. A couple interesting calls by the refs in this game. The offensive pass interference on Tyler Warren is the worst one. That pissed me off. I can't be too mad at the refs, so we did get a leverage call to win a game.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
But I did not think that was offensive pass interference at all. Barely even.
Did you think it was leverage?
No.
Oh,
no. That week, yes. I was talking about on that play, push off
no.
leverage. No.
You think that
it was leverage? Yes. I mean, Sean Payne said it was leverage, and he said it was a penalty, and he called it. So.
Oh, he called it?
Yeah.
He threw a flag?
Well, he called the play.
Oh, he told him to do it?
I think so.
That's
kind of
crazy.
the way he made it sound.
It was a penalty. I told him to do it. Okay, that makes
he said it was his fault. So he agreed with it being a penalty. So you can't deny that.
Yeah.
But
I agree it was a penalty too. I just was asking. That's all.
This definitely wasn't a penalty. Story of this game though: Daniel Jones, 2 picks. Finally turns the ball over. Looked human. We've been waiting for that. it just absolutely. I'm looking at the box score. I haven't looked at the box score for this game at all yet, and I see the Colts leading receiver, and it just kind of boils my blood, to be honest, because it is Adonai Mitchell, who
Yeah.
was maybe the worst player in this game, even leading the Colts with 96 receiving yards. Pulled a shades of last year with Jonathan Taylor against the Broncos, except I don't think he was celebrating when I watch it back. I think he was just kind of like he was running on the sideline. He tried to reach the ball out for the end zone and fumbles it.
Yeah, JT's was more like cocky.
Yeah,
like,
dropped the
dropping
ball.
it, Yeah.
I don't think it was on purpose, but regardless, the number one focus should be to hold on to the football,
Yes.
and he didn't, and cost the Colts 7 points there. Couldn't do it, and then later in the game, Jonathan Taylor breaks a big 50-yard touchdown run, and who gets called for holding? Adonai Mitchell. So he took 14 points off the board, literally just on 2 plays. Like the guy, but so far his career has been mistakes, drops, and now literally dropping the ball and getting a holding penalty. Not good. Ran the ball okay. Daniel Jones was okay. I mean, still felt like they should have won the game. The defense for the Colts was all right outside of a couple plays where they only put 10 players on the field and give up a 90-yard touchdown to Tutu Atwell and Xavier Howard's existence. So, yeah, Xavier Howard was bad in this game. Puka Nacua with 13 catches, 170 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah. Not good at all. I'm going to go into this game. We have 3 games left, so I'm going to tell you, if you could pull up last week's episode, find who our knockout teams are, because I guess it's kind of a tease, but we're getting close to doing our 4th knockout team for week 4. Yeah, the Colts, one thing I saw going into this game is they're very, very good at getting to the red zone. They were first in the league in getting to the red zone, but not nearly as good as scoring touchdowns from there. They were 26th in touchdown percentage for the red zone attempts. Yes, they have more than everybody else, so it's harder, but still, they're not nearly as efficient at getting touchdowns as they are as just getting there, and that's why they have so many scoring drives. Obviously, Xavier Howard is the main culprit of the L's for the Colts this week. Just completely getting torched in that entire second half. You were just calling out his name as he was just getting torched over and over and over and over and over again. It's a bad choke from the Colts secondary in general. The 10 players on the field in that game losing touchdown with Tutu Atwell, 88 yards to the crib, 10 players on defense. Just you can't have that happen if you're the Colts. Who do you blame for that? Do you blame Lou? Do you blame Steichen? Do you blame the players?
I think it's a combo of Lou and
Steichen.
the players.
Oh, not Steichen?
I think Lou and the players. I mean, Steichen doesn't run the defense.
Yeah,
That's
fair.
all Lou.
And
that's coming off of I think it's 1st and 10, so just cannot let that happen.
you said that the Colts are the better team in this game.
I do believe that, yes.
They might have been. However, though, they had 0 turnovers in the first 3 weeks of the season. They had 3 today.
Yeah.
So
And
it wasn't. They did it to themselves in some extent.
The drop into the end zone was one of them, and then
That's true.
just chucking the ball deep was another one. So
That's true. Colts got the Raiders next week. They should win that.
We should win that. Just disappointing. Raiders don't have 2 elite receivers like the Rams, so Jarvis Ward can lock up 1 guy. He can't lock up 2.
There you go. And the Rams.
They need Jalen Jones back.
Rams got the Niners on Thursday Night Football in LA.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna go. I think the Rams are the better team.
Take the Rams as well. All right. We'll move into the Jaguars and 49ers here. Etienne is officially back this year. I didn't want to go and walk around talking about how great Etienne is until we see multiple weeks in a row of him performing. We've seen 4 in a row now. Etienne seems to be back. He's been good all year now. Very, very impressive win for the Jags. I mean, they're sitting at 3-1 now, which is just crazy.
Tied at the top.
They've been a shockingly good team this year. You got to give credit to Trevor Lawrence. You got to give a ton of credit to this defense. You got to also give credit to Liam Cohen, who took over this team and has gotten them 3-1 already. Purdy was back. You could tell he was not 100%, though. He did not look great. We saw Jawan Jennings, I think he might have died on that play, and he was laying on the ground for
some sort of liver injury, kidney injury.
I don't know what that was, but he was out for the rest of the game, I'm assuming, after that. But yeah, the Jags are super impressive, dude. I don't have Travis Hunter snap counts today. I usually have those, but yeah, they score when they have to on offense, and they've been pretty stellar on defense. They've been able to get to the passer. Their secondary's been good, and if we're starting to compile a list of teams we've been wrong about, Jags are probably one of them.
Yeah, I feel like they have to be in.
You've picked them to finish last, didn't you?
No, I think I picked the Titans to finish last. I don't know. We have to go
No,
back
I think
and
you
look.
picked the Titans to finish second and the Colts to finish last. Or something.
Yes, that might
And
be
the
it.
Jags third, I think.
Yeah, I think that.
What an order! You're gonna be so wrong.
I hope so. I hope I get
Colts
it
are
in
still in
reverse
first,
order.
right?
Tied.
Or no? Oh yeah, tied.
Tied
3-1,
first.
3-1, 1-3, 1-3.
Mm-hmm.
What a weird order.
Mm-hmm. What a weird order. And speaking on Etienne, I mean, I feel like I've been pretty vocal on being one of Etienne's biggest haters
Yep.
throughout his career, and I was right every other year. But I said it after week 1. I thought he looked pretty good, and he has. He's looked
Yeah.
great this year. So I mean, I think he looks good now, and 124 yards and a touchdown. He's been great all year. Probably top 5. Has to be top 5 still if he was last week
Mm-hmm.
in rushing yards. Brian Thomas Jr. was a little bit better today. Does get 5 catches for 49 yards, better than what he's been doing. Brock Purdy coming back from the turf toe injury was solid. 300 plus yards passing. The turnovers though are bad, and only having 2 interceptions is kind of lucky. Could have had more. So he's really going to get that figured out. CMC was still solid, but rushing the ball in general, Niners didn't do that well, and maybe this Jags defense is just decent. So we'll have to see. This is a interesting development that the Jags are a solid football team.
And I think this makes for maybe the toughest pick of the week for our look ahead here for our week 5 games. Jaguars versus Chiefs, Monday Night Football in Jacksonville.
I'm taking the Chiefs.
I think I am too. But there's a chance the Jags are favored in that game. Actually, no, the Chiefs just had an ass whipping though.
Yeah.
And then we just said 49ers Rams, and you can take us into the Ravens Chiefs then, speaking of that ass whipping.
Yeah, it was just an ass whipping. Lamar gets hurt. He doesn't come back in. Easily the best game of the year for the Chiefs. They finally showed up. The offense puts up 37 points on the Ravens defense, and part of that's maybe the Ravens defense isn't as good, but well, we'll have to see. Xavier Worthy, 83 yards, receiving. Kelsey, 48. Hollywood Brown, 38. It was really just let's see how many people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different pass catchers.
Wow.
For the Chiefs. So just all around, 4 different guys catch a touchdown for the Chiefs in this game. Just really good for their offense. Mahomes finally shows out, 4 touchdowns, no picks, big for him, and he continues to dominate the little rivalry he has with Lamar Jackson. I think he's like 5-1 now. So
yeah, I mean, he beats Lamar, he beats Josh Allen every time in the playoffs.
In the playoffs, Josh Allen.
Yeah,
but this is just pure domination on regular season and playoffs against the
Well,
Ravens.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I think it's the classic the classic Brady almost to an extent. Like even when the Patriots would have bad years, he would usually get up for these games where he's playing against the Mannings and the Ben Roethlisbergers and of the world. And am I blanking on somebody like a Phillip Rivers or whatnot? He would always get up for those games, even when his team was having a bad year. The Chiefs were having a bad year so far; they were 1-2. Mahomes goes against a guy who has 2 MVPs in the past 5 years. Maybe should have had 3. And he goes out there and he beats them when both teams desperately need a win. So, I mean, it's huge. This is a monster win for the Chiefs. Mahomes was great. He's having a much better year this year in the regular season already than he was last year. I don't know what he is QB fantasy ranked wise, but I know he was like 18 going into the week this week, and he had 27 points. So I'm going to assume, yeah, he's 9 right now. So he's been a lot better. I know he was like QB 20 or something in fantasy last year. So that's huge that he's been a lot better. There's the Chiefs defense as well that really struggled through the first couple weeks, but they really started getting home today. They were defending well in the secondary. We had this Ravens team who was called the NFL's best roster for weeks in the offseason. Weeks. They start 1-3 now to start this season. Their secondary is absolutely banged up. And like we already mentioned, Matabuke, Travis Jones, Van Noy, they're all out. But this offense has to go and step up and make up for their defensive injuries. They have to. That's what it comes down to. You got to put it on Lamar. And obviously now Lamar has an injury and the offense is going to struggle now too. But yeah, if you're the offense, you got to go find a way to get points and give your team a chance if your defense already going to give up a ton of points. They were able to do that to an extent against the Lions, but they were not able to do it today against.
And this is a Lamar who hasn't really been hurt, I feel like, in a while. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's been
the last time he's really picked up an injury and taken out of a game, but
yeah,
he's gonna have to be better. And he's already now sitting at 1-3 in a hole. It's gonna be hurting him for a 3rd MVP, which in the long run doesn't matter, but
yeah,
is part of the MVP race. I don't know. Do you have the box score pulled up by any chance?
I
or
do.
No, don't look at it. Don't look at it. Don't look at it.
Yeah, okay. I have the Jags one pulled up still. So.
Okay. This is not a recipe for the Ravens to win games. Can you guess who the leading rusher is for the Ravens?
It's not going to be a running back. It's not going to be a QB. Is it likely?
No, it's Justice Hill. He had one
Oh,
big
really?
run. He had that one big
Yeah.
run.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Yeah.
The
yeah,
71. I mean, it was a 71-yard touchdown. So,
yeah. So I guess that plays. Yeah.
it is a massive run, but you do not want him being the leading runner for this team. Derrick Henry, 8 carries, 42 yards. That's 5.3 yards per carry, but still only getting 8 carries is not ideal.
Yeah.
You need to start the game running the ball more. But yeah, it's not ideal. Zay Flowers, 7 catches, 74 yards. And Justice Hill as well, 5 catches, 41 yards,
Yeah.
and a
Big day
touchdown in
for
the receiving
Justice Hill.
game.
Maybe he's a waiver guy.
If you're in a 32-man league, that was a hell of a start.
Oh, for sure. And we already talked about Ravens Texans. We talked about Chiefs Jags. So our final game here, Bears Raiders. I will take us away here. The Bears beat the Raiders by blocking a field goal to win the game, 25-24. Weird score here. Kevin Byard was everywhere in the first half of this game. He had 2 picks. Max Crosby ended up getting a pick. This was just a pick fest in the first half. Caleb, I know they won this game. He had his moments. He looked significantly worse today than he did last week. The pressure definitely did not help at all. This was the Gentry show for the Raiders on offense. So 3 touchdowns. He had over 100 yards, dominant. He had going into this game, he had more yards, as we said last week, after contact than total, which is just an absurd stat. He was ranked 4th out of all running backs going into this week with 30-plus carries and elusive rating, which just means his stats suck, but all the advanced metrics show that he's actually a pretty good running back. And we saw it today. He had his opportunities, and he went off like 30-something fantasy points. But just when you thought the Bears were dead, Caleb Williams, who was not having his best game, puts together a great drive, 69 yards, 5 minutes and 6 seconds at the end of the game. Takes the lead by 1. They miss a 2-point conversion. And then, of course, they block the field goal to beat the Raiders 25-24, and they go 2-2 into the bye.
Yeah, big momentum for them going into the bye. They needed it. Caleb Williams was okay. Swift still only 2.7 yards per carry on the ground. Not good for him. Odunze's the only guy in this offense. I feel like that's performance maybe above expectations to start the season. 4 catches, 69 yards, and a touchdown for him. He was decent. DJ Moore quiet again. Luther Burden after his big week last week didn't do too much, but the defense was solid for him, and they held Geno Smith to 117 yards, forced him to 3 interceptions. The only issue for the Bears defense right now is they're just bad against the run. They just cannot stop it. Ashton Gentry, 21 carries, 138 yards, and a touchdown. 6.6 yards per carry. And the 138 yards is usually just bad in general, but when it's against this Raiders offensive line, makes it that much worse because this Raiders offensive line is awful. There's still a couple carries where Gentry gets the ball and he has nothing he can do. I mean, the 3rd and 1 late in the game, there was really nowhere for him to go. The Bears made a big stand there, held him to a field goal, and ultimately it gets blocked and the Bears win the game. But just this Raiders offensive line is awful,
and the Bears somehow made them look good.
The Raiders made them look decent, I guess.
Yeah, and the Bears offensive line was horrible. And I love Ben Johnson, but he's not going to be able to cook as much as he wants to cook if his offensive line isn't playing.
I mean, they can't run the ball.
It's a problem. It's a serious
Has to be able
problem.
to run the ball.
But
I don't know if part of it's Swift, too. I don't think Swift's that good, but
maybe they'll figure it out in the bye week, though. And they needed to get this win. Huge bye week. They needed to get this win, though.
They need
this would have been a tough loss in a division where I guess the Vikings did lose today, but it's a good division. You can't lose those out-of-division matchups to bad teams.
They just need to go into the bye week and get a big win there and come off 3 straight wins and get going.
Like, that's the benefit. But Bears, they win this game that they should win. For example, the Packers, they go and they play an AFC bad team last week, and they blew it. Those games are going to come up huge when it comes to the division race here at the end.
Yeah, I don't think the Bears are part of that race, though, to win the division.
I don't think they are either, but just counting them in there for whatever's sake. We already said Bears bye week, and then the Raiders Colts. We both picked the Colts